Is privacy a thing you care about? Should the government know that you don't know the temperature that is safe to eat chicken? Let's get into it on the Derek O'Shea Show. Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show, where we discuss culture, news, politics, and more. Sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the show. Be sure to tell your friends and family about the revolution. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with me. Appreciate you. If you want to contact me, you can always call or text at 720-727-7572. That's 720-727-7572. If you want to support me, that's my radio voice. If you want to support me, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Derek O'Shea Show, all one word, buymeacoffee.com/Derek O'Shea Show, so we can make this happen and make it a full-time gig and blow out the media, news media. No one's telling me what to say. I say whatever I want. Let's get into this news story that just popped up about Google. First, let's start with, do you guys feel like we have privacy anymore? I mean, seriously, we buy iPhones, we buy Google, Nest, Echoes, and stuff like that. These listening devices, and we use them willingly, constantly. We have cameras on all our stuff, and we think that we're safe because, why? Apple says so. That our government doesn't have a workaround if you're a person of interest in any kind of way. What about your searches? What about the websites you go to? What if you're just intoxicated or having a good time and you're like, I always wondered what this would look like. I always wondered what this word would look like. I heard these things about a pipe bomb. What the heck is that even? I want to know what that even is. Well, now the government is blatantly coming out and telling us in an accidental slip of a report. Oops. Is it a slip, or is it their way of saying, hey, we've been doing this all along? My thoughts are always with privacy is that nothing is private anymore. I assume they have all our information. Thanks, George Bush. Patriot Act. The U.S. government ordering Google to provide users search data according to report. Your search data. So quit looking up those recipes and quit searching about pipe bombs. Both are not equal. The U.S. federal government is secretly ordering Google and other search engines to track and provide data on anyone who searches for certain terms through keyword warrants, according to a new report. And so that is the keyword, no pun intended, of this whole thing of what I want to talk about today in this article, keyword warrants. So they're going to be looking up things for specific things that you type in. Yes, they go on this news article to mention looking up words like pipe bomb and stuff like that, which you're like, oh, okay, they're just looking at that. But that's not ever where the government stops, is it? They'll say, yeah, we're doing this because we're looking up, actual terrorists. People are looking up, trying to make explosives and stuff like that. But what happens when, I don't know, a bunch of Republicans are on a search warrant list? Hey, you're looking up your state's Republican Party, your state's Trump supporting party. Oh, that's a keyword search, and we need to know who these people are. You're looking up information to get around taking the vaccine. That's a keyword warrant. We need to figure out what you're looking at, and we need to monitor you because you're against the state. You're against the elitist DC people. In recent years, over the two such warrants have been made public, but accidentally unsealed court documents obtained by Forbes, shout out to Forbes, show the government has been making these requests far more frequently. Of course they have. This government doesn't care about your privacy. That should be the number one agenda on most conservatives or real liberal lists is privacy of the American people. You should be allowed to search about whatever you want. Because sometimes you have crazy thoughts. Sometimes you think like, oh, I wonder what this is. Like when QAnon first came out, I was like, what the frick is QAnon? And so I would look up stuff and I would search up stuff because I wanted to know what the heck this even is. It wasn't because I was trying to join and I was trying to be a part of it and I wanted to get in a secret organization. And they're turning the frogs gay. And I wasn't searching to join. It's just like when Antifa goes around and kills a bunch, sorry. Ruins businesses and takes over places and killed that one Trump supporter or whatever. I want to look up their stuff. But, we're watching you now. The unsealed warrants stem from a 2019 federal investigation in Wisconsin where investigators were searching for men who believed have been taking part in trafficking and sexual abusing a minor, which you're like, yes, this is fine. In an effort to track them down, officials ordered Google to provide any information on users, including account names, IP addresses, and cookie IDs that search for victims' names, two spellings of mothers' of addresses. Google provided the data in mid-2020. Forbes reported through a document did not say how many people had their information set to federal investigators. The warrant was supposed to be secret, and the Justice Department only became aware of the leak after the outlet reached out for comment. The investigation is still ongoing, and the warrant has still been sealed. 2 keyword search warrants were made public before the Wisconsin case. So here's the 2 words we looked at. One from 2017 shows a Minnesota judge signed off an order asking Google to provide data of any user with the city of Edna who searched for fraud victims' names. The second revealed in 2020 requested information on anyone who searched for the addresses of any arson victim who also witnessed in the government's racketeering case against R. Kelly. Forbes identified a third unreported warrant filed in the Northern District of California in December last year. The warrant is currently under seal and has only been noted in a court docket. The information requested could be extremely broad, as the warrant is titled Application by the United States for a Search Warrant for Google accounts associated with 6 search terms and 4 search dates. Following the initial report, 3 more key warrants. And here's some of the key warrants. The warrants appear to be very broad, ordering Google, Microsoft, and Yahoo search engines to provide information on users who search various addresses and terms related to bombs, including low explosives and pipe bombs. Remember that pipe bombs during January 6th? We don't remember either. It's unclear how much data the search engines provide investigators. Of course it is. So this is data just kind of confirming that, hey, yeah, no, Google is giving information to the government. And you should know that. You should know that the things you look up through Google are going to be reported. That's why you use search engines like DuckDuckGo, and you use a good browser like Brave, and then you also use a VPN. It's not because you're like a sketchy individual and maybe you just don't want the government looking up. Maybe you just have a question about something and you don't want to be prosecuted over this question. There's this weird movement, this push right now with Facebook and stuff like that, asking for more censorship, asking for more policing on the internet, saying, hey, we're in this new world and we need to be policed. We can't just have open and free internet. It's too dangerous for that. Of course it is. Of course it's dangerous, but that's what freedom. That's where free. You can't have freedom without danger. It's just not possible. The same with safety. Over safety, you're gonna have incredibly dangerous situations where the government kind of takes control of your life and kind of puts you in places and kind of makes you do work and stuff like that. It's all for your safety. You should do it. Just get in a line. Lining up for bread is a good thing. Well, I want to know what you guys think of this. Because when I first appeared on this, when I first saw this story, I went, you know what? Of course they're monitoring our search history. Of course they are. Because I just assume the government is tapping into our phones. And you're like, wow, you're a little out of control. But what's stopping them from doing that? Your privacy acts. They don't care about that. This is them just saying, hey, actually, we are doing this kind of stuff. So what are you going to do? Nothing. You're going to do nothing. And this is what we've shown you so far. What if you were, I don't know, just a normal human being and you start typing up things about, riots, January 6th, QAnon, Trump supporting events, stuff like that. And then they started compiling a list of people who are looking up these terms because they just deem that as, a white supremacy terrorist organization as opposed to it, just being a bunch of people who are supporting a very populist ideology instead of that. No problems there. We have a government that constantly is trying to push the boundaries every day. And people aren't paying attention. And people will see stories like this and brush it off because they're just like, there's more important stuff. No. Your privacy should be the utmost importance. Because we're supposed to be a free and open society, correct? We have vaccine mandates. Download this card. I have a friend that just told me they click that button on their phone that says to track where they all are at all the time so that they can be notified if they get into contact with somebody that had COVID-19. They're like, hey, she was like, hey, I got a bump on a notification that said I was near somebody that had COVID-19. I'm freaking out right now. I'm like, you got a bump on your what? She's like, yeah, I clicked that button so I can be notified if somebody tests positive for COVID-19, then I get notified that they had it, and so I can know to look out. I'm just like, you just willingly do that? We're just willingly downloading vaccine mandate passports. We're just, what's wrong with that? You show your vaccines as a kid. Nothing wrong, nothing. No one cares anymore about the camps were getting divided. I just don't see how we stay as one nation for forever. I just don't. The lines are in the sand. People are losing their jobs. People are, the government is compiling data and search engines, and they're creating a list. And they always want division. They always want the vaccinated, unvaccinated. They want I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on this. This could be. You could be like, Derek, this is dumb story and it means absolutely nothing. I could care less. Or you could be like me and you could think this means something and this should, if anything, push you to use other search engines like DuckDuckGo. If you don't know what DuckDuckGo is, use it because they don't track you. Use a VPN. Use a good browser like Brave. There are ways to get around this stuff, but they assume most people don't take the time to actually learn. And you should learn, and you should use it, especially if you're looking up, you have a question of maybe something that's a controversial topic, but you're like, I have the right to know information, and I would love to learn about this stuff, not because I'm trying to be an all-out terrorist, and I'm trying to change my whole life and become this person. Maybe you just have a question, and you're just like, I just want to know what gets the people to do these things, or how do you even make this kind of thing, or what do you put these two substances together? And that's interesting. Doesn't automatically mean you're going to turn into this crazy terrorist destroying the world. It just doesn't. But that's what we're doing. We feel like the government feels like the society is so dumb. They can't handle information. They want to censor you. They want to put restrictions on you because we're ruining your life and you just can't handle information anymore. We're just so weak-minded. We just can't comprehend. We can't think through these difficult subjects anymore. We need the restrictions. Please, God, Google, put us restrictions. Don't allow us to search for things like the Tiananmen Square massacre. I don't want to know about those things. And if I look it up, put me on a list because that means I'm anti-establishment. Let me know your thoughts on this below. I'm curious. You can email me, you can call me, you can text me. Do you even care? Is this a stupid story? I got more stories coming out today. I got a lineup. So get ready. Get pumped. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. I love you. Bye.